When is spring coming? You desperate to get out on your bike? Me too. You want to know more? Catch you inside.
RevelatorAlf.
Hello, welcome to RevelatorAlf, the channel about motorcycling and motorcycling interests and all that good stuff. Please subscribe, hit the notifications bell, leave loads of comments, give the video a thumbs up if you like it. So in this video, I'm talking about, look, we're still in the dead of winter. It's freezing, damp and wet outside. And people just can't wait for the summer to arrive and the spring to arrive, to get the bikes back out on the road and all that sort of stuff. So, are you one of those people? Are you one of those people who put the bikes away for the whole winter and just wait for the warmer times to arrive or wait for the warmer temperatures? Now, for me, as I say, this is not being anything special, but I tend to ride all year round. I don't put my bike away just because it's winter. Rain or shine, cold or whatever, I'll still ride it. But I do have my limitations. Now, that being said, even though I ride in the winter, I definitely don't ride as much as I do in the spring to autumn, let's say. There are some days in the winter where it's just ice on the roads or whatever, and I make a decision whether I go out or not, but I still ride out. Obviously, it's each their own, and whether you ride just at the weekends or you ride just in the summer months, that's up to you. I actually never held this against anybody. If that's the way you want to ride your bike, that's entirely up to you. But I always wonder about the people who do that, who, just only ride for a few months of the year, let's say, for example. What do they feel or how do they feel, just through the winter months? Do they get the riding blues? Are they kind of going cold turkey, that kind of thing? Are they so desperate to get out on their bikes in the spring, that they, make a lot of rash decisions, that kind of thing? I mean, say for me, I've never done it because I always ride all year round. But I'd be interested to hear from you guys. Let me know in the comments below. If you do ride all year round, why, what do you do? What are the kind of conditions that you won't ride in, for example? Or if you do go into this kind of winter hibernation, your bike hibernation, what are the things that you really look forward to when it comes to spring and the summer? Now, I know this is a fact. This is a fact, factoid here, that certainly from my experience in the emergency services, if those of you who don't know, I've worked in emergency services for over 20 years, and in that time I've attended over 1,000 motorcycle accidents. So kind of been going to about 100 motorcycle accidents a year, for example, with all sorts of injuries and fatalities and all sorts of causes of accidents as well. However, the point I wanted to make is that most accidents sort of tail off in the autumn, and they kind of have a low numbers during the winter months, and then there's a sudden surge spike in spring, and then it kind of plateaus off a little bit or dips down a little bit, but it's level throughout the summer months. There's still lots of accidents, and then there's a little spike again towards the end of the summer, autumn period, and then it sort of dies off again. The reason why is because everybody's getting their bikes out for the first time in the spring, and everybody is in a rush to get out, and then all of a sudden they start having accidents. So one, there's quite a few factors going on here. First of all, it's just the sheer number of bikes suddenly come out onto the road again. So the chances are, statistically, you're gonna have more accidents. Second of all, the cars, other road users, are really not that used to seeing so many bikes on the road all of a sudden, and that's what causes issues as well. Thirdly, and possibly this could be right at the top of the order here, is that a lot of riders coming out don't really have that recent riding proficiency, and they're kind of pushing themselves and their bikes, possibly a little bit too much, and they're not sort of easing their way back into riding. They're suddenly getting the bike out, right, let's go for a burn, twist the throttle, off they go. They're not really tuned into looking out for hazards, tuning into what other vehicles or road users are going to be doing, that kind of thing, and also reading the conditions well as well. Because although in spring it's generally warmer, there are still cold days, there are still wet days and everything like that. So that's why there's that sudden spike. So I wonder, you know, I always wonder about people, say, you know, riders who don't ride during the winter and they suddenly get out on the bike. How do they feel about it? How do they feel about that first time going out? You know, are they nervous? Are they, you know, or are they just getting on the bike and going, you know, into hell with it, you know, and just going out and enjoying it? You know, so it's always one of those things. I mean, as I say, you know, I ride throughout the winter, so I don't really have that lack of proficiency, or I don't have that sense of, oh, I haven't ridden for months, I've got to go out on the bike. I tend to have that feeling when I haven't ridden for a week or ridden for 3 or 4 days, for example, and I kind of get the nervous twitch. I think, oh, I've got to go for a ride. Let's say if I go on a family holiday somewhere and I've been out abroad and I haven't ridden whilst I'm out abroad, you know, I haven't rented a bike or whatever, then I'll come back and I just can't wait to get on the bike. So it's a similar kind of thing for me, but, you know, my time off riding has been, you know, dramatically reduced. Anyway, so this is a video, like another discussion video, really. It's over to you. Leave lots of discussions and comments below, you know, your pros and your cons and all that kind of stuff. Are you really looking forward to spring as well as I am? You know, let's face it, you know, I love the winter as a rule, but, you know, it's much nicer riding in warmer temperatures and a dry road and all that kind of stuff. We know that. The only problem is about the summer, that sometimes you can get a bit too hot. But, you know, you can't have it all our own way, I suppose. But, you know, let me know what you think. Let me know about getting back on the road, getting back on the bike, and what you're most looking forward to come spring, and also what you're most nervous about. But if there is a big tip that I could say, just ease yourself back into it. No matter how many years riding you've ridden for, just ease yourself back into the riding, especially for the first handful of times you go out on the bike, first few weeks. Let's just, you know, just take it easy, and let's try and avoid that big spike in accidents that happens year in, year out, all over the country, and I dare say all over the world as well, especially where you have seasonal variations. And obviously, you know, you have the 4 seasons. Right, please subscribe, hit the notifications bell, leave loads of comments. Did I say that already? I don't know. Give the video a thumbs up, and I'll catch you on the next video coming soon. There's a lot more riding videos coming out. There's a lot more adventure riding blogs. There's a lot more of everything. Hit that notifications bell and you'll get the videos sent right to you. Cheers.